Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we got our second anniversary Omnimon playmat along with our Gomamon plush helping us out. And they're here to help us look at the Iceclad deck that I built. Before we get started, however, you might be going like, why the second anniversary Omnimon playmat for an Iceclad deck? That doesn't correlate at all really well. And that's because this week we are going to be looking at decks. And we're going to look at the Iceclad deck that I built first. However, after that, on Wednesday, we're going to look at the Protector of Light. And on Friday, the Hero of Hope starter decks that just came out. I had to go a little farther to pick these up. My local store was misinformed as I was like, hey, are those coming out on Friday? And they're like, no, they're coming out next Friday with the set. And I was like, Street Date says they should be this Friday. And they're like, nope, it's next week. And I went, okay, because they said that they're not participating in the pre-release, but these are actually out already. So I had to travel to a different store and pick them up. But I got them. So that's why we got the Omnimon playmat helping us out. Gomamon will be swapped out for some others, probably. But on to the main event. We have our Iceclad deck that I built, sporting the World of Warcraft Feast of the Winter Veil box that we pulled on April 1st. If you missed that video and you want to get nostalgic over the old card game, check that video out. It opens up like this. I'm not a huge fan of this. It's like I feel like there's a lot of weak points there where I could fail. And I do like using odd deck boxes. Like again, my Diaboromon lives in a chaotic deck box. I just like them. They're fun, and it's neat to see other people like, oh, I remember that card game. That out of the way. Let's start looking at the deck. We're going to go from like, order-wise, it's going to go from like baby to megas, and then subcategorized within there. We're going to go sets, so not all things are going to be like put together like by Digivolution line. So just keep that in mind. Starting at sauce, we got the 4 egg boys, which are going to be Hyarimon from the EX7, which has the inherited effect of when attacking once per turn, if your opponent has no Digimon with Digivolution cards, draw 1 card. We got 4 copies of that. It's really the only one that we want. Not too much else I can say about that. Like, the entire idea of the deck is to not worry about our opponent's Digivolution cards and to get rid of them. Our first rookie, we got 4 copies of Balukomon. He's from the EX7 set. He's a 3 play cost, 0 Digivolution cost, 1000 DP. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Paildramon or Hexblaumon in its name, and 1 card with the Ice Snow trait among them to the hand. Return the rest of the bottom of the deck. Rule trait has Ice Snow type. Inherited effect, when attacking once per turn, trash the top Digivolution card of one of your opponent's Digimon. So that's the alternate art. That's the normal art. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. We're going to be searching out the Ice Snow, which I believe all the Digimon that I put in here are Ice Snow. Second rookie we got is 4 copies of Snow Agumon from the EX7 set. 3 play cost, 0 Digivolution cost, 2000 DP. Iceclad. Other than against security Digimon, compare the number of Digivolution cards instead of the DP in this Digimon's battles. Inherited effect, when attacking once per turn, trash the top Digivolution card of one of your opponent's Digimon. So as a rookie, Iceclad, not the best because really you can only have the baby underneath it, so at most it'll have 1. But if you get rid of all of your opponent's Digivolution cards and they've got 0 on a Mega, then even if this one doesn't have anything underneath it, like you could swing into it and they would both die. So a 2000 could take out like a 15,000. And then our final rookie is 4 copies of the EX8 Penguinmon. 3 play costs, 1 Digivolution cost, 1000 DP, can Digivolve from yellow or blue, is dual color blue-yellow. There's not any other yellow cards, I believe, in the deck, so that's not really needed at all. Digivolve for 0 from Hieromon, which is what we have in the deck, so instead of the Digivolution cost of 1, it's a Digivolution cost of 0 for our use. Your turn, when this Digimon would Digivolve into a Digimon card with the Ice Snow trait, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. Rule trait has Ice Snow type. Inherited effect, when attacking, give one of your opponent's Digimon security attack -1 until the end of their turn. So that's going to help slow them down even further. Otherwise, not too much to say about that. Getting into the champions, we're going to start off with 2 copies of Korikakumon. A little bit of an oddball. 6 play cost, 4 Digivolution cost from a level 3 or a Tamer, 7000 DP, can Digivolve from red or blue, is dual color blue-red. Digivolve from Tommy for a cost of 3 or a Kumamon for a cost 1. Neither of them exist in the deck, so we don't worry about that. It has jamming, and on player when Digivolving, until the end of your opponent's turn, one of their Digimon with no Digivolution cards can't suspend. Rule trait has Ice Snow type. Inherited effect, jamming. I like jamming. It's the real reason why he made it into the deck for me, because he has the Ice Snow type, which is great, so it really brings the cohesion, but I love jamming. I remember, like, one of the few tournaments that I went to, I believe it was, I had an Ogremon, and he kept attacking, and the opponent was, like, ignoring it at first, because they're like, yeah, that's just a champion, no big deal. But then it took out, like, 2, 3 of their security cards, and they were like, okay, I need to take care of that. Again, this was in the very infancy of the game, but I like jamming. And the idea of giving something Iceclad jamming really hits home with me, because you can then not only worry not about their Digimon, but also not about their security Digimon either. Our next champion is Sorcerermon. We got 2 copies of him. 5 play cost, 2 Digivolution cost, 5000 DP. Has the blocker ability. On play, if your opponent has no Digimon with Digivolution cards, one of your Digimon may unsuspend. Rule trait has Ice Snow type. Inherited effect, when attacking once per turn, trash the top Digivolution card of one of your opponent's Digimon. So yeah, there's our first, like, getting rid of Digivolution cards, so that's great. Also, I gotta say that I did misspeak just a bit, where it's if your opponent has no Digimon with Digivolution cards, one of your Digimon unsuspends. That's not a may. It's, you've got to do it. Which, I don't know why you wouldn't want to do it, but you can't not do it. And then the next champion we have is 2 copies of Paildramon. This is from the Box Topper promo. That's the normal one. And I pulled it, so why not put it in the deck? 5 play cost, 2 Digivolution cost, 5000 DP. When Digivolving, trash the bottom 2 Digivolution cards of one of your opponent's Digimon. Then, if your opponent has no Digimon with Digivolution cards, this Digimon gains jamming and blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. Rule trait has Ice Snow type. Inherited effect, when attacking once per turn, trash the top Digivolution card of one of your opponent's Digimon. So again, we've got now 2 Digimon that, when attack, after they've Digivolved, will start getting rid of your opponent's Digivolution cards. Along with, when he Digivolves, he just trashes the bottom 2, which is another good ability. And then our last champion is 4 copies of Frigimon from the EX8. He is a 5 play cost, 3 Digivolution cost, 5000 DP. Digivolves from yellow or blue, is dual color blue-yellow. Misspoke on Penguinmon, because apparently there are some other slash yellows, but they're all blue, so it doesn't really matter. Digivolve from level 3 with the Ice Snow trait for a cost of 2. Iceclad, so this is the first one with the Iceclad ability, where other than against security Digimon, compare the number of Digivolution cards instead of DP in this Digimon's battles. On play or when Digivolving, trash the bottom 2 Digivolution cards of one of your opponent's Digimon. Then, if your opponent has no Digimon with Digivolution cards, gain 1 memory. Inherited effect, when attacking, give one of your opponent's Digimon security attack -1 until the end of their turn. So again, we're trying to control how many Digivolution cards they've got. Iceclad is great. Like I said with the Korikaku, when we get to an ultimate, then if they've got Iceclad, they don't have to worry about any Digimon really, because as long as they have more Digivolution cards, they don't have to worry about the ones on the field. And with the jamming, they don't have to worry about the ones in the security stack. But we've got 4 copies of this boy. And then our next ultimate is 4 copies of Chris Paildramon. 7 play cost, 3 Digivolution cost, 7,000 DP. Again, has the Iceclad. When Digivolving, trash any 2 Digivolution cards under your opponent's Digimon. Then, if your opponent has no Digimon with Digivolution cards, this Digimon unsuspends. Rule trait has Ice Snow type. And inherit effect, your turn. While your opponent has no Digimon with Digivolution cards, this Digimon with the Ice Snow trait gains Piercing and Security Attack +1. I don't know if I said that this one was an ultimate. I might have said that he's another champion. Can't remember. But he is from EX7. We got 4 copies of him. Does everything we want the deck to do. It's got the Iceclad. It's got the trashing the Digivolution cards. The inherited effect is just extra because it is... all of our level 6s are Ice Snow. So that's going to work. And then our other ultimate is 4 copies of Polar Bearmon. 7 play cost, 4 Digivolution cost, 7,000 DP. Digivolves from yellow or blue is dual color blue-yellow. Digivolve from a level 4 with the Ice Snow trait for a cost of 3, which again, all of them do. So instead of the Digivolution cost of 4, it's a Digivolution cost of 3. Has the Iceclad trait. On player when Digivolving, trash any 2 Digivolution cards from your opponent's Digimon. Then, one of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards can't suspend or activate when Digivolving effects until the end of their turn. Inherit effect, your turn. While your opponent has no Digimon with Digivolution cards, this Digimon with the Ice Snow trait gains Piercing and Security Attack +1. So again, giving some extra stuff to our Ice Snow, which all of our level 6s are. Everything else does what we want it to do. Trash in Digivolution cards, making it so that we can attack into their Digimon and not have to worry so much about their DP. Onto our Megas, we have 2 copies of Hex Blaumon. I would have liked to get more of him. Like, ideally I would have liked to have 4 so that I could play around with the idea of putting anywhere from 2 to 4 in the deck. However, I picked up one of them when they went down to like $25 for a hot sec. They are back up to $30, and I'm not going to pick more of them up. Like, I don't play enough to do that, so whatever. He is a 12 play cost, 4 Digivolution cost, 12,000 DP, Security Attack +1, and the Iceclad ability. When Digivolving, trash any 4 Digivolution cards under your opponent's Digimon. Then, if your opponent has no Digimon with Digivolution cards, return one of their tamers to the bottom of the deck. Opponent's turn. None of your opponent's Digimon with as many or fewer Digivolution cards as this Digimon can suspend. Rule trait has Ice Snow type. So yeah, you can see a bunch of reasons why we'd want more copies in the deck, but I'm not going to shell out another $60 on a deck that I'm not really going to play outside of like friendly stuff. Like, if I was hardcore tournament crowd, yes, I'd pick up another 2 copies. But as is, This guy, I might play with this deck like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times during the year. It just doesn't make sense. But yeah, being able to trash 4 Digivolution cards, opponent's Digimon can't suspend if they have fewer, like, that's going to slow down your opponent a lot. So definitely pretty good. He's from the EX7, if I didn't say it. Our main Mega, which, if you know, because of all of them have the Ice Snow trait, there's only really one left to choose from, and that is 4 copies of Scottymon. We never pulled the alternate art. I found this one at a store for like $5, so I was like, yeah, I'll pick her up. Nice to have a pretty card in the deck. 12 play cost, 4 Digivolution cost, 12,000 DP. Digivolves from yellow or blue is dual color blue-yellow. Digivolve from level 5 with the Ice Snow trait for a cost of 3. So again, the Digivolution cost goes from 4 to 3. Iceclad and Barrier. When Digivolving, you may play one level 4 or lower Ice Snow trait Digimon card from your hand without paying the cost. For each of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards, add 1 to this effect's level maximum. When Digivolving or when attacking once per turn by placing one Digimon with no Digivolution cards as a bottom security card, this Digimon unsuspends. So yeah, I believe that would work on either players, I think, which there'd be useful both ways, where like you could pull one under yours to help boost up your life, get rid of a problem card on your opponent's, as long as it has no Digivolution cards, which if you're playing this deck correctly, they shouldn't. Honestly, rereading them both, I'd probably want to go 3 and 3 on these, because like I can share the limelight with them. Like that's pretty good. Like this one's good. I like the other one. It's got the removal that allows this one to do stuff. This one does the stuff that allows the other one to come out. So it works. It definitely does. But we got 4 copies of her from the EX8. And with that, we're done with the Digimon. So let's look at the trainers. Again, we're going BT and then EX. So even though you know which EX trainer we got, or tamer we got, the BT has to come first. So we got Sora and Joe, which is where Gomon comes in, because hey, there's his partner. 4 play costs, we got 2 of them. This is from BT5, all the way back then. 4 play costs, start of your turn. If your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards, gain 2 memory. Your turn. When one of your blue Digimon attacks, by suspending this tamer, trash up to 2 bottom Digivolution cards of one of your opponent's Digimon. Security, play this card without paying the cost. So yeah, 2 of these, beautiful for the deck, because every time we attack, we can just trash 2 Digivolution cards, which then our Iceclads might be able to just totally demolish. So well worth it there. Now for the Iceclad's proper tamer, we got 4 copies of Suzune Kazuki. 3 play costs, start of your main phase. If your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory. All turns, when your Digimon are played or Digivolve, if any of them have the Ice Snow trait, by suspending this tamer, trash 1 Digivolution card from your opponent's Digimon. Security, play this card without paying the cost. So yeah, like at first glance, you'd be like, oh, I want to get 4 copies of this. Because we can trash cards. But like the drawback is this top where we like have to get to that point where they have no Digivolution cards. And these ones, it's just like, just for playing out our Digimon, we can suspend it, delete 1. So we've got 4 chances to delete essentially. And after the second one, like once a third one hits the field, they're already paying for themselves just by your opponent having Digimon, which if they're playing the game properly, they should have, at least as of shooting this video. Like maybe in the future, there's a deck where the entire meta is not playing Digimon. I don't know. Maybe it's Marcus only. Now we're getting into the final type, which is the option cards. Starting off with 2 copies of Mental Training. Normally, I like the other ones, but for this, like, if we pulled the Tamers or the other, like, really the Tamers, I'd want to keep them in the hand, so that's why we went with Mental Training, which is a 2 play cost instead of the memory boosts. Main, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck, add 1 blue card among them to the hand, return the rest of the bottom of the deck in any order. Then place this card in the battle area. Main delay, one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a blue Digimon card in your hand for its Digivolution cost. When it would Digivolve by this effect, reduce the cost by 2. Security, place this card in the battle area. So it's making Digivolving cheaper. Like I still do like the memory boosts, but if we were to draw 3 cards and we lost some of the Tamers and they had to go to the bottom of the deck, like that'd be pretty devastating for me, so I went with the Mental Training instead. And this one is a promo card, like one of the only promos that I put in here, and it is fairly easy to get. Like I think it is the only promo. But I don't feel bad about using these because the Mental Trainings and the Memory Boosts, super easy to come by. Going on with the next option card, We have 4 copies of Grace Cross Freeze, all the way back from BT1. 4 play costs. Main, until the end of your opponent's next turn, their Digimon with no Digivolution cards can't attack. Security, your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards can't attack for the turn. So yeah, this is kind of slow them down even further, along with the Hex Blaumon, like together, beautiful. So this is like kind of helping us get to that point. Definitely worthwhile. And the final card of the deck is the EX7 Summon Frost. 5 play cost. Main, trash the top 2 Digivolution cards of all of your opponent's Digimon. If this effect didn't trash, you may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card with the Ice Snow trait from your hand without paying the cost. Then until the end of your opponent's turn, none of their Digimon with no Digivolution cards can attack. Security, activate this card's main effect. I was flip-flopping, like, do I want 4 copies of this and 2 copies of the Grace Nova, or do I want 2 copies? Like, it went back and forth, and I wasn't sure which one to do. Eventually, I decided, like, I'd like the lower memory, just that we can use that memory elsewhere for our plays. But with that, we are through the deck. Let me know what you guys think of this. I think it's pretty solid. Like, we kept with all the Ice Snow just so that we could get all the abilities to proc properly. In a couple sets, if they add more Ice Snow, we might be able to make it a little more varied. Like, as of right now, my only problem with decks like this is that there's not a lot. So just like with our Queen Beemon, like, there's really like one major way to build it, and then you can customize like with the option cards or the tamers. But other than that, most decks are going to look fairly similar. Before we head out, as you know, we like to open up some cards. We've got another pack of the Special Booster version 2.5. This is the last booster that I got of it. Let's see what we can pull. Get right into it. And starting us off, we got Hover Espamon, Blimpmon, Soulmon, Candlemon, Pikmons, Cordramon, Unleash the Dragon Gene, Battle NPC, Greymon, Apparition Legion, Breakdramon, 12 play cost, 4 Digivolution cost, 12,000 DP. Digivolves from red or green is dual color green-red. Digivolve from Groundramon or Wingdramon for a cost of 3. Has the blocker ability, on player when Digivolving, suspend 2 of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. Then, one of your Digimon may attack. All turns, once per turn. When any of your Digimon with Draco or Examon in their text deletes your opponent's Digimon in battle, delete one of their suspended Digimon or Tamers. Inherited effect, all turns, once per turn. When any of your Digimon with Dracomon or Examon in their text deletes your opponent's Digimon in battle, delete one of their suspended Digimon or Tamers. So that's pretty much just shifting down, which is just fine. I like that ability. And we got Chaosmon Valderarm. Very cool. 15 play cost, 5 Digivolution cost, 15,000 DP. Digivolves from green or yellow is dual color yellow-green. DNA Digivolve from a yellow level 6 and a green or black level 6 for a cost of 0. Security attack +1. Partition with a yellow level 6 and a green or black level 6. When Digivolving, for each of your Digimon's level 6 Digivolution cards, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers and gain 1 memory. Then none of their Digimon or Tamers can activate on-play effects or unsuspend until the end of their turn. Again, pretty neat. I don't think I'm going to build a deck with a Chaosmon anytime soon. But yeah, there we go. Let me know what you guys thought of our Iceclad deck down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a good old thumbs up. Hit that like button. If you haven't, please do subscribe. I really do appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. The algorithm loves it. We upload videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And as always, until then, I will see you next time.